There is really one law of consciousness. There really is one truth. And so many stories in the Bible, so many of these allegories in the Bible are conveying this one truth through different means, through different narrative, through different characters. Over and over again, we come back to it. There is one recipe for hope, for the hope for all mankind to set ourselves free using what is innate to each one of us. Welcome back to another episode of Daily Neville. I am your host, Josiah Brandt, and Daily Neville is all about breaking down the teachings of Neville Goddard, making them easy to understand, easy to digest, easy to apply in 20 minutes or less. This is an episode that is contained within Season 3, and Season 3 is full of episodes that are all about Neville's famous book, Your Faith is Your Fortune. In Season 3, we've been going step by step and breaking down each chapter of this tremendous, incredible book to really gain the insights and surface the nuggets of wisdom that are prolific throughout this incredible book. Today's chapter is titled Fishing, and let's go ahead and dive right in. It is recorded that the disciples fished all night and caught nothing. Then Jesus appeared on the scene and told them to cast their nets again, but this time to cast them on the right side. Peter obeyed the voice of Jesus and cast his nets once more into the waters. Where but a moment before the water was completely empty of fish, the nets almost broke with the number of the resulting catch. Man, fishing through the night of human ignorance, attempts to realize his desire through effort and struggle, only to find in the end that his search is fruitless. When man discovers his awareness of being to be Christ Jesus, he will obey its voice and let it direct his fishing. He will cast his hook on the right side. He will apply the law in the right manner and will seek in consciousness for the thing desired. Finding it there, he will know that it will be multiplied in the world of form. We're going to go ahead and start right there. This is an amazing story from the Bible, one of my favorite stories from Sunday school. And I just love that Neville, through this book, is diving into some of these cherished Bible stories, cherished Sunday school stories, and revealing the mystic meaning, that deeper layer of understanding, that deeper layer of wisdom that is conveyed through the allegory that is within these stories. This is the story of Jesus instructing the disciples to fish in a new way, and the catch being overwhelmingly huge as a result of obeying the voice of Jesus. And so what Neville is saying here is that man, when trying to achieve desires through effort and through struggle, comes up empty and lacking. And I think looking out at the world today and seeing how many people have given up on their hopes of their desires or their dreams coming true is evidence of this. There's a lot of fishing in the night of human ignorance. There's a lot of people who believe that the answer to what they are seeking is somewhere outside of them, and they haven't been directed, or they haven't been taught, or they haven't learned to look within and to find the satisfaction to their desire within their own being, within their own presence, within their own consciousness and awareness. Now, that's what the teaching of Jesus is. Jesus is a principle that is within each human being. Jesus is that awareness of being. And Jesus Christ represents that awareness of being born within man and woman, born within humans, and brought to fullness, brought to this ultimate state of completion. This is the mystery hid from the ages. Christ Jesus in us, the hope of glory. And that's exactly what this story is teaching us. It's teaching us to stop fishing in the darkness of human ignorance and to begin to fish in consciousness for that which we desire, meaning that if we can appropriate it to ourselves in consciousness, we will appropriate it to ourselves in the world of form. Let's go ahead and continue with Neville's words. Those who have had the pleasure of fishing know what a thrill it is to feel the fish upon the hook. The bite of the fish is followed by the play of the fish. This play, in turn, is followed by the landing of the fish. Something similar takes place in the consciousness of man as he fishes for the manifestations of life. I'm going to reword this sentence and I'm going to make it personal. Something similar takes place in your consciousness as you fish for the manifestations of life. Fishermen know that if they wish to catch big fish, they must fish in deep waters. If you would catch a large measure of life, you must leave behind the shallow waters with its many reefs and barriers and launch out into the deep blue waters where the big ones play. To catch the large manifestations of life, you must enter into deeper and freer states of consciousness. Only in these depths do the big expressions of life live. I love what Neville is saying here. To catch the large manifestations of life, you must enter into deeper and freer states of consciousness. This is about finding your limits, finding your edge, and walking towards it. This is about embracing the edge of your comfort zone. This is about choosing to look and see your blind spot. This is about asking new questions. So many of our desires are conditioned by the world in which we live. A lot of our desires are fundamental to human existence. I think all humans have the desire to be free. All humans have the desire to love and to be loved. All humans desire to be secure. I don't think that all humans necessarily desire tremendous wealth, but all humans do desire security in the form of, I wish to feel secure in my existence, in my survival, in my happiness, in my freedom, in my health, my prosperity, my friends, my family. These are all very common desires for all human beings. These are shared. And what Neville is saying is that to go beyond those, to go beyond just the basics, and to go into something deeper, the bigger manifestations than just mere security, or the deeper manifestations than just those first level of the hierarchy of human needs being met, to go to something further, towards that level of self-actualization, towards that level that really goes beyond the known. Imagine better than the best you know. You have to push out into the deep, where the big ones play. And I love that. And Neville is now going to reveal a recipe for successful fishing in the deep. Neville writes, "Here is a simple formula for successful fishing. First, decide what it is you wish to express or possess. This is essential. You must definitely know what you want of life before you can fish for it. After your decision is made, turn away from the world of sense. Remove your attention from the problem and place it on just being by repeating quietly but with feeling, I am." Now, we've explored this in tremendous detail in these episodes of Daily Neville. This is the state known as floating, where you have cut away the adhesions of human identity, and you no longer identify with being a specific type of person. You no longer identify with a human identity. You are identifying only with consciousness itself. You're tearing away the old adhesions that would tie you to the old state of consciousness that you no longer desire to express. So you're shedding that by following this recipe, by turning away from the world of the senses, turning your attention away from the problem, and just focusing on the mere feeling of I am. This is a recipe for successful fishing. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to really do anything other than what is innate to you in your own consciousness. All is contained within you. The multiverse is within you. And it's accessible, just as simple as going into the silence in this way that Neville is teaching us to do. Neville continues, "As your attention is removed from the world round about you and placed upon the I am, so that you are lost in the feeling of simply being, you will find yourself slipping the anchor that tied you to the shallows of your problem. And effortlessly, you will find yourself moving out into the deep. The sensation which accompanies this act is one of expansion. You will feel yourself rise and expand as though you were actually growing. Do not be afraid of this floating, growing experience, for you are not going to die to anything but your limitations. However, your limitations are going to die as you move away from them, for they live only in your consciousness. In this deep or expanded consciousness, you will feel yourself to be a mighty pulsating power, as deep and rhythmical as the ocean. This expanded feeling is the signal that you are now in the deep blue waters where the big fish swim. Suppose the fish you decided to catch were health and freedom. You begin to fish in this formless, pulsating depth of yourself for these qualities or states of consciousness by feeling, I am healthy. I am free. You continue claiming and feeling yourself to be healthy and free until the conviction that you are so possesses you. Powerful words. The conviction possesses you. The conviction takes possession of you. You become possessed by the conviction that you are healthy and free. Now, Neville is writing these words, but these words are communicating a vibration. And the words that he is choosing define the nature of this vibration. I'm going to read it one more time and feel the vibration that is being communicated by these words. Continue claiming and feeling yourself to be healthy and free until the conviction that you are so possesses you. As the conviction is born within you, so that all doubts pass away and you know and feel that you are free from the limitations of the past, you will know that you have hooked these fish. The joy which courses through your entire being on feeling that you are that which you desired to be is equal to the thrill of the fisherman as he hooks his fish. Now comes the play of the fish. This is accompanied by returning to the world of senses. As you open your eyes on the world round about you, the conviction and consciousness that you are healthy and free should be so established within you that your whole being thrills in anticipation. Then, as you walk through the necessary interval of time that it will take the things felt to embody themselves, you will feel a secret thrill in knowing that in a little while, that which no man sees, but that which you feel and know that you are, will be landed. You will land that fish. And it is a secret thrill because you know that you hooked the fish. No one else can see it yet, but this is the play of it. And there's a thrill associated with the play of it. In a moment when you think not, while you faithfully walk in this consciousness, you will begin to express and possess that which you are conscious of being and possessing, experiencing with the fisherman the joy of landing the big one. Now, go and fish for the manifestations of life by casting your nets in the right side. I love these stories so much. And I have to point out, Neville's saying the same thing over and over again. There is really one law of consciousness. There really is one truth. And so many stories in the Bible, so many of these allegories in the Bible are conveying this one truth through different means, through different narrative, through different characters. Over and over again, we come back to it. There is one recipe for hope, for the hope for all mankind to set ourselves free using what is innate to each one of us. The Bible has been referred to as the gospel that sets man free, the God spell that sets man free, the greatest story ever told. Freedom is here. I remember seeing a Bible in a hotel at one point, one of those Gideon Bibles. You pull out the drawer and there it is. And it says, right on the cover, it said, freedom is here. I never understood what that meant until having these stories illuminated for me in this way. Now I know when I look upon the Bible, yeah, that is a recipe for freedom. It's literally a giant mirror that I can hold up to my own awareness, to my own consciousness, and I can see within that beautiful, pure mirror the truth of all that I am. And through the instruction, these stories, which are enter in at lowly doors, as Neville is famous for saying, truth embodied in a tale enters at lowly doors, meaning it makes it easily into our consciousness because we don't have to overthink it. None of these ideas are so complex that we have to overthink them. We have to allow them in. We have to allow the wisdom to germinate and to bloom within our own awareness. And we must be doers of the word. We must actively be doers of the word and not hearers only. We can hear it 1,000,000 times from Neville, 1,000,000 times from the Bible, 1,000,000 times from all of the other people, 1,000,000 times from Josiah. Doesn't matter unless you do it. So go into the silence, determine what you want, and go fishing. Land that big one. Feel the thrill. And I will see you in the next episode of Daily Neville. Imagine wisely, my friends. If you're like many of the subscribers on my YouTube channel, you may be asking yourself, is there a level 2 to these teachings? If all of this Daily Neville and law of attraction and law of assumption is level 1, what's level 2? What is the advanced application of these ideas? I'm here to tell you there is a level 2 to these ideas, and I'm teaching it right now here on YouTube for my private mentorship group. If you're interested in joining a small focused community of creators who are really taking their application of these ideas to the next level and igniting their potential in new and profound ways, I invite you to tap the link in the video description below that takes you to my YouTube membership. If you join the membership, you get access to advanced lessons that take these ideas beyond the introductory, beyond the basics, to a whole new level of advanced application. Check out the description below, tap that join link, and I look forward to seeing you in the members area. Imagine wisely, my friends. If you're